Hello viewers, you're watching DD Home. This is Rodali and I welcome you to yet another episode of Prekshapat. As we know, our government is putting enough emphasis and ardent effort on skill development and entrepreneurship development, empowering the youth towards startup. And today, we will talk about the same. We are lucky to have amongst us Dr. Lalit Sharma, Director of Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship, Guwahati, and with him, we will carry forward our discussion on the role of I.I.E. for skill and entrepreneurship development in the entire Northeast India. At first, I would like to welcome you, sir, to our show.
Thank you.
I transfer my gratitude for making time amongst your utmost busy schedule for us. And without any further ado, I think we should move towards our discussion. At first, it is only fair for you to let our viewers know what is I.I.E. and what are its various activities.
Thank you, Rodali. And I would like to thank all the viewers of yours who are here with us today. You see, when we talk about I.I.E., I.I.E. has been in Guwahati for almost 28 years now. And in last 28 years, I.I.E. has done a lot of work. We initially started as an institution known as SIET under the Ministry of Industries. Then we came under Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. And very recently in 2015, I.I.E. came under the administrative control of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Now, I.I.E. performs a lot of different roles, be it skill development, entrepreneurship development, livelihood development, and also supporting existing entrepreneurs in terms of mentoring, hand-holding, networking, and other support services. So, I.I.E. actually has got a very large bandwidth in which I.I.E. works. There are a lot of initiatives that I.I.E. has taken in the Northeast region. We are actually looked after by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, but we also implement schemes of various other ministries. So be it Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ministry of MSME, Ministry of Youth Affairs, and several other ministries. So we are actually implementing a lot of different schemes which have been rolled out by the Government of India for the development of entrepreneurship and development of skills as well as livelihood development in the Northeastern region. So although we are focused in Northeastern region and our area of work is very focused, but still in the rest of the India also we do some of the other projects.
Alright, sir, that was lovely to know. What are the different areas of skill development that you provide under your institution, sir?
Yeah, you see, I.I.E. has got some of its own incubation centers. One of the most important one being food processing incubation center. The other one is beauty and wellness. Then we have got wooden handicrafts, gems and jewelry is there. We also have one incubation center at Shiv Sagar, which is of milk and dairy industry. So these are some of the incubation centers which are there in our own institution. Handloom and handicrafts as well as textiles, these are also two incubation centers which are there in our institutions. And very recently we have started an incubation centers for electronics sector as well. So these incubation centers, although they are within the institutions, we are catering to the demands of Northeast through these incubation centers.
Right, sir. Alright, these are very attractive areas where one can pursue. So recently a term has been highlighted, PMVDVK, Prime Minister's Vandan Vikas Yojana, am I right?
Yes.
So I would like you to kindly say a few words about PMVDVK to
Sure.
our viewers.
You see, PMVDVK is basically Pradhan Mantri Vandan Vikas Kendra, and this is a flagship scheme of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Ministry of Tribal Affairs rolled out this scheme in 2019, and the one of the major objective behind this scheme was to get into the tribal areas, get into the deep interior areas of Assam and the other areas of Northeast, and try to figure out the natural resources in those areas, in those forest areas, and see what we could possibly develop from those natural resources. So we have utilized those natural resources and tried to develop some new products. And this has been done by the people who were living over there in those villages, in those forest areas, those tribal people. They have all come together and they have tried to develop new products out of those natural resources. Ministry of Tribal Affairs has helped them in terms of developing these Vandan Vikas Kendra, wherein they support them in terms of installation of machineries, providing training to them on how to develop these products, how to use those machineries. It's a small Vandan Vikas Kendra which is developed within the periphery of that village, and those inhabitants of those villages, they actually use those machineries to develop or produce the different kinds of items. I'll tell you, as of now, there are more than 200 kind of items which have been developed out of Vandan Kendra, and it includes products like maybe Joha rice, or maybe the jewelry is there, or even the bags are there, caps are there, handloom items are there. So many different kinds of products have been developed. Each Vandan Kendra has got minimum 300 people from the village. So 300 people come together. So these are basically SHGs, small help groups, which actually come together and they start working on the Vandan Vikas Kendras. Now, the produce that we come out, or the produce that is coming out from those Vandan Vikas Kendras, I.I.E is trying to market those products as well. So it is not just the production part, it's also the management part and the marketing part as well. So we are trying to teach them how to manage that small enterprise that has been created, which is being utilized by those 300 people of those village, and we are trying to market those products through our own outlets. So we have developed a brand name known as Trisem, which is the synonym for tribals of Assam.
Right.
So Trisem is a brand name under which all the 200 products of Vandan Vikas Kendra, they come under one single umbrella. And as of now, we have got some 5 centers in place within Assam, wherein we are selling the Trisem products. And this Trisem is also being sold through online portal as well. So Trisem has got its separate online portal, www.trisem.com. So it's a very, very big kind of a scheme which we are trying to operate. And as of now, we have covered some 45,000 beneficiaries. So 45,000 people have already been covered. So they have been made self-sufficient. They are able to generate their own expenses, their own livelihood through those Vandan Kendras. The target is that we have to reach 90,000. Wow. So we are still halfway through. And we have to develop 150 more Vandan Kendras. As of now, we have already developed some 150 Kendras. So we have been given the target of developing 302 Vandan Kendras across Assam. And although we have come over to 150, but the target is 300, and we hope to achieve it by early next year. This is the target that we have taken for ourselves. Development of Vandan Vikas Kendra is one thing, but marketing of those products, that is a bigger challenge.
Yes.
So while we are able to cover Assam to some extent, we are trying to understand how do we take these products to the rest of the country. So that is the area in which we are working as of now, and I'm sure that very soon we will be able to take these products to the rest of the countries as well.
Right, so I'm very intrigued as well as wowed by the way you have helped our ethnic communities to make a company, a whole company on itself, something that is quite required by the people who actually create, who are actually creative. They need your support for that, and I'm truly wowed by that. And this has been one of your latest ventures.
Yes, right? Absolutely.
And apart from that, what else have been your latest projects, say in 2022, in the past 2-3 years, what have been your most successful ventures and projects?
Okay, you see, I'll tell you about the last year. In the very last year, we have come out with some 3-4 new initiatives. And one of the initiatives is a Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program. SVP program is actually one of the flagship programs of this Ministry of Rural Development. Now, Ministry of Rural Development is trying to develop, village startups. And in doing so, what we do is we actually go to the villages, we try to understand the demands in those villages, and then we try to figure out how to actually develop those things which are in demand in those particular areas. So the government is supporting them in terms of providing financial linkages, and we are there to provide them training services, mentoring services, and then we try to handhold them and develop them into maybe not very big entrepreneur, but a small entrepreneur who is able to generate his own livelihood. So this program, we became the National Resource Organization very last year. So I'm thankful to the Ministry of Rural Development that they put up their trust on I.I.E. And we have started working on this in Assam as well as in West Bengal. As of now, we have done some work, but we are expecting to enhance this work area. Now, I would also like to tell your viewers about one of the very important schemes which is known as Aspire, and this is especially useful for educational institutions, higher educational institutions. See, under Aspire is again a scheme of Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, and I.I.E. has been nominated as the mentor institution for developing incubation centers in the higher educational institutions. So we are looking forward to developing business incubation centers across higher educational institutions, and as of now, in very last year we were made the mentor institutions, and already we have shortlisted 5 institutions. Under this scheme, what is happening is that Ministry of MSME is providing support to the tune of 2 crore rupees. So for the government institution, 100% grant is there, wherein 1 crore rupees is provided for the capital expenditure for development of incubation center, and another 1 crore rupees is provided for the operational expenses. So this 2 crore rupees basically being provided to the institution for developing incubation centers, from where we can expect to have some entrepreneurs coming out. And we being the mentor institute, we are trying to help those institutions in developing those incubation centers, because we have got a very vast experience, and Ministry of MSME has entrusted us for development of these incubation centers. Although we have been asked to develop these incubation centers across the country, of course we have our focus area in Northeast, and I would like the institutions which are, the founders of the institutions which are watching this program to apply for this Aspire scheme, and we'll be more than happy to have your applications with us.
Right, sir. So as you mentioned Aspire, I would also like you to lead us through NERES 1.0.
Yes, you see, NERES 1.0 basically is a Northeastern Regional Entrepreneurship Summit, which we conducted during the time when COVID started. This scheme was basically for the startups. Now, we are very well aware that the startup culture has taken up a very big leap in the rest of the country. But if you look into Northeast, you will still find that areas like maybe Meghalaya, maybe Nagaland, they have got number of startups in 2 digits. So, somewhere it's 28, somewhere it's 34. The numbers are very less. And it is, if you leave aside Assam, the rest of the states have got very few number of startups, which actually means that we need to encourage startups, we need to support startups, maybe through incubation centers, maybe through different support services like mentoring, networking. So we started NERES with the help of NEC, Northeastern Council, and they gave us they said that they will be happy to fund the startups which are really good, which are really exceptional. So we reached out to some 500 odd startups throughout Northeastern region, and we conducted a business plan kind of a thing. We invited them to show us their plan, And based on the plan which they submitted to us, we finalized 30 startups which were given funding of 5 lakh rupees each through NEC. And the shortlisting was done by I.I.E. and a panel was there. So those, you see, that was the time period when everybody, especially the startups and the new startups, they were facing a lot of trouble because the COVID was there, no funding was happening. Absolutely. And even the survival was very difficult. So during that time period, we came out with this program, and 30 startups were they got the privilege of getting 5 lakh rupees each from NEC through this program. We are also planning for NERES 2.0 now, wherein we are looking forward to larger segments and development of incubation centers for startups, wherein we could help them, we could support them through various activities, be it mentoring, hand-holding, networking, and funding as well.
Right. So when can we expect NERES 2.0 to be implemented?
You see, we are in touch with the Northeastern Council for that, and
so by this year, at around 6-7 months, I think.
I am quite hopeful that within this year we should be able
to that.
Yes, right.
Right. So as we are talking about Northeast right now, and you also mentioned that the number of startups here are in 2 digits, which are quite less. So what do you think is the main cause, and how important it is, entrepreneurship and skill development, especially in NER? How important is it, sir?
See, in the region like northeastern part of the country, see, it is very, very important. It's actually very critical to have entrepreneurship and skill development in this region. I'll tell you, see, there are several reasons behind that. If I talk about skill development, you see, within northeastern region, we have states like Assam and Nagaland, which has got highest number of school dropouts. So Assam goes to the tune of 30% of school dropouts, which is a very, very high number. Now, when these people drop out from the school, see, the chances of their career taking a shape becomes very, very difficult. So the best thing which we could possibly offer to these kind of students is skill development. With the skill development, they can actually acquire a skill, and then they can start something with it. They can also take up a wage employment, and they can also start their own enterprises, which we call skill-based enterprises. So skill certainly is going to play a very important role in northeastern region, but entrepreneurship development itself is going to be very, very important. See, I'll just take the case of the countries like G8 countries. You see, G8 countries like US, UK, Canada, Germany, France, the development in these countries is primarily because of entrepreneurship development. It has been very well researched, very well understood by the governments across the globe that entrepreneurship is directly related to development of the region. Be it infrastructure development, be it economic development, or the professional development of the people as well. So you see, the more the development will happen, the more entrepreneurship happens, the more development happens of the region, more people get jobs, and we can expect that the northeastern states will grow in leaps and bounds if we are able to develop entrepreneurship in these regions.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be the focus. This is actually the focus area of Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship.
And here we need I.I.E. the most.
Absolutely, we are there, definitely.
We need I.I.E. the most in this retrospect. Also, sir, since, as you mentioned, I.I.E. has been here for 28 years now, am I right?
Right.
So,
right.
I would like to know some of your proudest moments, or maybe some of your best success stories, one or two or a few, anything that you remember.
See, we have got, as of now, thousands of case studies wherein I.I.E. has been able to transform the lives of people, transform the lives of communities, and also played an important role in the economic development of this region. So there are several cases right there. If you have to talk about one or two cases, you see, I like to talk about
just one would be fine.
I like to talk about one of the places, this Rangoli. This is a place where the women it's a tribal location,
All right.
wherein the opportunities for earnings are very less. The women are they were mainly household women, only engaged in household chores.
Right.
Now we implemented Pradhan Mantri Vandan Yojana over there.
Okay. We spoke about that.
Yes. So after the implementation of PMVDY, we saw a complete transformation of that whole village.
Tremendous growth, we can say.
Yes. See, all the women were now able to generate their own pocket money,
Right,
and initially they were very reluctant to actually do businesses, because business itself was a new word for them. But when we told them that this is what we are going to do, this is what you develop, this is how we train you.
I.I.E. kind of paved the way through
Absolutely,
their minds.
we paved the way, and they came up with it. They showed the interest, they took the training, and when they came out with the products and they started selling the products and the money started coming in, they become very happy. And now, you see, I'm happy to actually share with you that almost every month, that particular Vandan Vikas Kendra is doing business to the tune of more than 2.5 or 3 lakh rupees every month. So that is a huge
amazing. Quite a lot of applause to
achievement
I.I.E. for that.
for us, yes. And there are several stories like this, several stories.
All right, sir. So this is a topic that we can not stop talking about, and trust me, I have a lot of questions in my mind, and I'm sure there are more to it than this, but we are under a time constraint, and with that, I think our time for today's show has come to an end, and I would like to thank you once again for your insightful talk and obviously all your successes, and I wish all the best to I.I.E. and I'm sure it is going to lead NER to a different level in respect to skill development and entrepreneurship. But today our time has come to an end, and with this, keep watching DD Ahom. This is Rodali signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.